Hey everybody, I'm Tim, and today we gotta schedule some major flavor. You're watching Cigars Daily. Get more out of this and all our videos when you watch them on Cigars Daily Plus. Last year, I saw one of the best ideas I've ever seen in my time in cigars, and it also happened to be one of the worst executed ideas I've ever seen before, and that is Oliva's holiday calendar. And it's based on the idea of an advent calendar, like something 25 days before Christmas, you get a box, you open it, you pull like chocolates out of your advent calendar, only this one's filled with cigars, which is like 10 times better to me. But it came out sort of late. No one really knew what to expect from it. There were a lot of questions about it. Everything down to like, does the thing come humidified? Because it's like way too big to fit in most people's humidors. This year, they've done it a little bit differently, and I think they've made some major improvements, and I want to take you guys inside, especially because they haven't like publicly announced what cigars are in this yet. So this is a spoiler alert. I'm going to spoil all of that for you in this video. I also need to answer some of the critical questions about this thing because I think we get more questions here about this than probably anything else in the humidor about, is it humidified? How does it come packaged? How big is it? What are the dimensions? Everything like that. So I want to take you through all that stuff. But the first thing is, it's not a true advent calendar. Oliva, like a lot of companies, just basically refers it to like a premium cigar calendar. They don't even say holiday in the thing. And maybe that's because people are so offended by the idea of Christmas or saying Christmas still, I don't know. But you could use this calendar for whatever you want. Use it to count down to Christmas or Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa, Easter, Shark Week, your birthday. It doesn't matter what you do, but for 25 days before, you'll have one cigar for each day. But in order to know what's going on inside this box, we have to tear into it, especially for me, because we get a lot of questions here. I got to be able to tell, and Dustin's got to be able to know what to tell all of you when you call and ask. Or I guess you could just watch this video and answer your own questions. But let's dive into this thing, and I'll ask you up front, did you do the Oliva calendar last year, and what was your experience like with it? Have you done like a cigar calendar or scheduled your cigar smoking? I'd be curious to know what you would count down to if you're smoking cigars. And with no further ado, let's jump right in. All right, so this thing comes in these boxes that really just house the calendar. And I love this because this year they come styrofoam on every side. That's a big deal. Inside is the actual calendar that does come wrapped in plastic. This is already a question that we've gotten in the customer service email. So you open that bad boy up. A huge improvement that they made this year that I'm really excited about is the size and shape of this. Last year's advent calendar was twice as wide as this one, impossible to ship. There's nowhere to store the thing, and not all of them came humidified. It seemed like some of them did and some of them didn't, which is kind of a weird logistical faux pas. But okay, so the sticker on this already doesn't want to seal fully. Let me just cut into that. When you open up the advent calendar here, or the holiday calendar, the premium cigar calendar. When you first open it up, there's no information in here. You can't tell what cigars there are. All you know is that you've got 25 different cigars and a little gift there from Oliva. We'll look at what that is too. I want to take you guys inside this. The idea here is to give you guys some cigars that you can enjoy the like regular premium lineup of Oliva along with some unexpected gifts. So we want to see exactly what those are. And in order to open this thing up fully, I think we should just make it a hatchet job. I still have to find something to smoke, by the way. I haven't forgotten about that. Okay. Boom. Cracked open, ready to go. And already, just this thin paper facade on this thing takes all the mystery out of it when you peel that back. The first thing I want to point out is that these things have Boost Integra packs. These are different than Boveda packs. The difference with these and Boveda, from my understanding, is that these, as they dry out, do not get hard like Bovedas do. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. With Boost, you kind of have to know that your humidity is going to start dropping, but they do come humidified, and that's got to be encouraging up front. And then we start off with like what's here in the lineup. And I'm going to take a second and just separate these so I can sort of present this more clearly without doing 25 different, like, here's what's in it. Okay, I got my cigar going, and there's so much going on in here that I want to basically break this into a couple pieces. So kind of on this side, I put all of the stuff that I've seen before, that I'm aware of, that most of it I've actually smoked through. And really, this is like everything. Anything and everything that Oliva makes, you're going to find in here. Oliva's Connecticut, along with the Serie O, the Serie G. You can find those things in Maduro as well. Basically, all 4 nubs, a bunch of different cane in here. You get master blends in this thing. I mean, anything you could ever want from Oliva comes in this, and each day you're going to get something wildly different. The range of strengths and flavors in this, like they range from the very mild with the Connecticut Oliva and the nub Connecticut, all the way to very dark, strong, bold leaf like the Master Blends, the Serie O Maduro, which I actually just reviewed yesterday in this size and is a like incredible USA broadleaf blend. I mean, a lot going on there. You'll find Serie V stuffed in this thing, along with just about anything you can imagine that says Oliva, cane, or nub on it. All 3 of those brands are made by the same company. So the month is for sure like going to be filled with a variety of stuff. And if you like the idea of popping it open and having a surprise each day, I have no idea what order those come in. I just know that they were absolutely put in a really diverse order. So you're not going to probably get 3 days worth of Maduros. You'll find that as you smoke through it, you're going to get a bunch of different stuff. Then you've got sort of the outliers for me, cigars that I don't see every day that aren't just like run of the mill. You find them on the shelf at every cigar shop. Cigars, some of them limited edition, stuff you can't even find or buy outside of getting it within the calendar. And the first one is the one I chose to light up, the Cuba Aliados. This is a cigar Oliva has actually just brought back to market, and it's one they've done, I believe, in collaboration with Ernesto Perez Carrillo, one of the most amazing cigar blenders of all time, certainly one of the most amazing guys alive today, bar none. This cigar has got some amazing balance up front, and that's why I lit it up. I haven't smoked a ton of these yet, and so I'm always intrigued to see what collaborations look like, because they do really represent like one brand and another brand working together to bring like a new flavor, and that's amazing. I love that. It's not just another Oliva cigar. It's also not just another EP Carrillo cigar. Like, it's something different and unique. But that's not all this thing comes with. There's a few Oliva specific things in the calendar that got me all hot and bothered when I opened it up. And I'll take you through them one by one. The first one is this, a Melanio Lancero. Now, I don't recall ever seeing this on my Oliva price list. I don't think that these are sold anywhere. If they are, you can correct me in the comments, I suppose. But it basically looks like a 7x38 Melanio. So for those of you that really get all excited about these like Lancero sizes, you want to smoke with your pinky up and feel like you've got a cigar-sized Virginia Slim, go to town, because truly there is something about the flavor of a Lancero that does ring more true, that does give a little more brilliance than your typical traditional cigar Vitola. And the next sort of special outlier cigar here is one that I don't entirely know how I feel about it. Like, I'm gonna have to smoke through this to really see, but this is the Oliva Serie V Melanio in a diadema size. This is a special type of figurado where it doesn't really like torpedo at the top, it just tapers at the shoulder, and the foot doesn't come to like a full figurado like the tiny little nipple that you find on so many like Salomones. It's just basically a straight cigar with a tapered foot and a tapered head. The reason that I don't know how I feel about this is because in the cigar world, a lot of the diademas I've smoked come with some construction issues. A tight draw is not unusual. But the other thing I know is that when Oliva has their Melanios made, only the best rollers get to roll Melanios. So I have to think that this thing is going to offer something that the regular diadema size just doesn't flat out offer. And then, of course, there's one that does get me all hot and bothered. This is a cigar that I actually smoked the other day because I already ripped one of these things to shreds, but that is the Oliva Serie V Melanio non-box press, just a round Melanio. Now, somebody said that JR put out like a size like this for their 50th anniversary, or that at least it had a 50th anniversary band and they had seen it somewhere. I've never seen a round Melanio out anywhere, so I lit one up and was absolutely thrilled at the flavor that I got. It is a little bit different than the box pressed Melanio, and some of that will come from the fact that a box press cigar, because they're squared. Are there any box press cigars in here? Here's one. Okay. So this is a box press nub Cameroon that I very clearly cut through with my knife when I was opening the box. But you can see here that this cigar is actually squared on its sides. And in order to get that squared shape, they have to underfill these cigars. They can't stuff as much filler leaf into this because they have to press these with the wrapper leaf on. That's very different than the way they traditionally make cigars, where they put the filler, they roll it in the binder, press it, and then put the wrapper on. So it's a little different in the actual blending when you go from box pressed to a round parejo like this. This cigar is going to have a different mixture of filler on the inside, purely based on the fact that it's not box pressed. And I did feel like I got a little bit more presence out of this than I did out of the traditional Melanio. It was something that made my taste buds absolutely sing. I wish that I could shelf this thing because this is a fantastic blend. Now, the regular Melanio may not send you soaring if you're one of those Maduro maniacs out there that wants all dark, bold, strong. And if that's the case, then this does come with the Melanio Maduro in a figurado size. These things are one of the craziest cigars from Oliva. They used to put these out as just limited edition every year, and only in recent years have they made more of their figurado sizes, regular production cigars, because they were so ridiculously popular. This one does have that full torpedo cap on it, along with that tapered foot that doesn't taper off too much. Like, the tapered foot always bugs me because I have to expect a tight draw when I first light it up, and that always gives me the wrong first impression about a cigar. This one doesn't have as tight of a taper, so you probably won't have as much draw issue up front. But again, the Melanio Maduro is going to give you more presence, more boldness, darker, richer notes. I have found myself graduating toward Maduros lately and picking up more Serie V and Melanio Maduros than I actually have regular V and regular Maduros. So this is an absolute welcome addition. And again, all of these Melanio cigars typically range from $12 to $16 or $17 per cigar. There's amazing value on what you actually get for what you pay for the entire calendar in each and every one of these. And then of course, the piece de la resistance, the free gift. Oliva threw in a gift this year, and I don't remember him having anything like that. Last year it was here's 25 cigars, go enjoy yourself. But this year they throw in an extra little deal, and that's this very sleek looking Oliva single torch cigar lighter. Now, when we first opened this, anytime I get lighters, I'm like, is this just a chintzy new lighter, or is this actually something nice? And this thing is actually a very nice lighter. I filled one up and have been using it in my office. The thing that I love the most about it, aside from the fact that it works and is refillable and it works as a lighter, it's all good stuff. This thing is this very interesting action where the lever actually pulls out from the side of the lighter, which, I'm not a very classy person, okay? But that feels very classy to me. You would hold it and light it. You could light someone else's cigar. There you go. I'm cultured and I'm refined. Deal with it. So there's lots of ways to use this thing. Like I said, use it to count down to any holiday you want. Hell, I've heard of people grabbing a few friends and using it in a week or two just to count up to some holiday like Halloween that's coming up. You got 3 friends, you get 3 random cigars out every day. You go through the thing faster, but then you get to enjoy more time with other people. There's lots of ways to do this. But if you were really wondering what's inside this thing, now you know. All the spoilers are there. I don't want to destroy my cigars, but okay, I just shouldn't even pick it up. I should just set it down and not touch it again. This is going to give you something new to sink in your teeth into every single day, and I think that's a good thing. If there's one thing the cigar world is clamoring for these days, it is variety. And so I'm curious from you as well. What do you think about an idea like an advent calendar? This isn't the only thing that's come out this year like this. I just said advent calendar, didn't I? Damn it. What do you think of the premium cigar calendar? Other companies are going to be releasing these later this year, and so the idea at least seems to be catching on. And if you're looking for a good way to sink your teeth into variety, like I said, you won't find a better one than this. You literally don't get to choose. They choose for you, and you just got to be excited about what you get every single day. Some of the cigars you're guaranteed to absolutely fall in love with, and some of them I bet won't be your absolute favorite, but what you will find is new flavors and new ways to enjoy your favorite cigars. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this spoiler video. I hope you guys enjoy your calendar and enjoy the channel. If you haven't done so, check this video out on cigarsdailyplus.com. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Tim signing off for Cigars Daily, and I will see you in the comments.